Ladies and gentlemen, PWF Owner Antwon here. Just a week removed from Crush Hour. Arguably, our biggest and best pay-per-view we've had in quite some time. And fun fact, first pay-per-view we've had in 6 years. Yeah, plush wrestling is a lot harder than it seems, but thankfully for PWF2K, it's allowed us to be a lot more consistent. So PWF2K isn't going anywhere for the time being. In fact, I'm here to announce a lot of stuff for that brand. First and foremost, our next pay-per-view event is going to be entitled Lost Blood. And there's a lot in store for that pay-per-view, as these next shows of Collision are going to be making Lost Blood even bigger than Crush Hour. For starters, we have a new championship. Not just one new championship, I should say. 2 new championships coming to the PWF 2K. One of which is going to be crowned at Lost Blood, and the other is going to be crowned next episode of Collision. The latter, of course, being the Digital Media Championship. In that match on episode 5, it's going to be Master Michael. The PCW owner made a surprise appearance at Crush Hour, and we'd like to announce that he is officially on the roster, and you're going to be seeing a lot of him. His opponent, you ask? That's for me to know, and not just Master Michael, but the entire PWF faithful to find out. But that's not all, as of course, before I announce the next title coming to PWF, I would like to announce some signings. Of course, some rumors have circulated of who these signings are, and I'd like to officially clear them. The PWF would like to announce the signings of Scourge the Hedgehog, Harley Quinn, Wonder Woman, and Rainbow Dash. Notice a pattern with those last 3 signings, as our next championship is none other, for the first time in the PWF history, the Women's Championship. Many of the PWF faithful may remember former talent Raven, given that she was the only woman we were able to have. But times are changing in the PWF, and that includes the status quo. In determining who will be the women's champion, the first ever women's champion, I should say, is going to be determined on episodes 5 and 7. Episode 5, we will see Goddess Quinn face off against Chloe Adams and Haley Webb in a triple threat match. And episode 7, we are going to see Adrian Nevermore face off against Rima and Yoshino. Winner of those matches goes on to Lost Blood and challenges for the inaugural Women's Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, we are officially entering a new era in PWF. An era built off of violence. And violence is golden. Ladies and gentlemen, be sure to stay tuned for episode 5 of Collision. My name is Antwon, signing out.